Folks, I had a person last week ask me how to extend a piece of music that is maybe not long enough to cover a bit of video. So I have, and this is of course an Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2014. I'm recording this June 2nd of 2015, so you'll know about the version that I'm using. So here what I have a bit of audio. This is called Baker's Dozen. It's kind of a funky piece of music. It's royalty free through Digital Juice. If you've not used Digital Juice, their stuff is great. I bought all of their pieces of music called Stack Tracks. And so let's say I want to use Baker's Dozen for this rather than the audio that's here. Now this has some audio on it, this piece of music. This is me driving home from Charlotte one day when I was still working in Charlotte. Let's see what it sounds like. So there we hear my street sounds. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to left click on it. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say unlink here. I'm going to get rid of this audio, delete. Now I'm going to pull Baker's Dozen. I've just double clicked on it just to look at the wave and listen to it a little. Like I say, it sounds kind of funky. Here's what it sounds like. Yeah, maybe I like that for a piece of driving music. So I'm going to go here where the little waveform is. Since it's not a piece of video, you see you can't drag that, but I'm going to grab the little waveform and pull this down here. I like that piece of music, and yes, lo and behold, it's too short. Now, the one thing I like about these Digital Juice pieces of music, they always resolve themselves really well. Toward the end, there's always kind of a cool ending on it. I'm going to hit play so you can see what this sounds like at the end. Kind of nice, isn't it? So I'd kind of like for that to end over here where this piece of a video is. So I'm going to right click on the video, and I'm going to say apply default transition. So what's going to happen at the end of this piece of video is going to fade out where this truck comes around me or something here. Let's just take a peep at what's going to happen. So it fades to black. So we want the music maybe to end there too. It looped around back to the beginning. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go here and kind of arbitrarily somewhere pick a point where there's like a bit of resolution in the music. Let's just listen to a little bit of this. I kind of like that. As a musician, I can hear that was kind of a nice little stopping point. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to click my C key. I'm just going to hold my C key, and it's going to turn that pointer here to a cut tool. I'm going to cut right there. Then I'm going to click the V key. V is in Victor, and that turns it back to a pointer. And I know that this piece of music ends. I'm just going to drag it out here to the end. I know it. You can see here that it resolves, but here at the end, if you zoom in a little, let's just use the tool here to zoom in. You just drag that little box there, and it zooms. You can see there's a bit of blank music there at the end. I'm going to pull this down where I can actually see. All I did was grab in between here. You can see you can fold that up, or you can grab in between just a little bit and pull down, and you can actually see the wave. I'm going to pull here to the very end, and I'm going to zoom in again. I'm going to grab the little gray box here and pull in. And let's take a peep, and we can see how that ends. And I kind of like for that piece of music to end more out here like this, right? It kind of fades out at the end. So I'm going to pull this in, and I'm going to go ahead and right-click on this. I'm going to say Apply Default Transition here, which will put a constant gain, not a cross dissolve. And then so maybe I want this to fade out a little bit slower, so I'll just grab the end of that constant gain and pull it, and then this will kind of fade out nicely. Let's hear how it sounds at the end. I like the way that ends. Okay. Let's just do a little bit of serendipity here and hope that if I pull these together, they'll sound kind of nice. Let's just see what happens, okay? So I'm pulling this in. I'm going to go here to where the transition between the two is. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here into Effects, and I'm going to type in CONS for Constant Power. I'm going to grab Constant Power. I'm going to pull it across this. Now, I'm here to tell you that in most cases, 99% of the populace isn't even going to hear when this changes unless there's just some real abrupt change here. So let's just kind of pull across this and see. Now we know that we've pieced these two pieces of audio together, and we got a cross dissolve. That's what constant power is. It's like a cross dissolve. Let's see how noticeable this is when this transition happens here. I may have pulled back a bit too far, but let's just kind of get the groove of it. So that was kind of noticeable. But you know what? Most of the time, it's not going to be such a big deal. And what I could do, of course, is trim my video. I could find a place where it, if you want to make it like really trim neatly. Let's listen to this again here. That's what we got. On the downbeat there. Okay, there's kind of where that really probably more naturally should end. So let's pull this back. Now let's pull our constant power over this, and it might actually blend pretty well here. Let's listen to it. So that was pretty slick right there. So I might decide I don't need all this video, or I could edit a piece of video out a little farther back. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pull this back, and let's see what we look like here. So there you get the idea of what you can do. It's easy enough just to find like a downbeat or upbeat or something like that and cross dissolve those two together, and you'll have something that nobody would ever know it was a shorter piece of audio that you're putting as your foundation for your video. Folks, I hope this has been helpful and clear enough for you. Again, it's constant power is what you used, and you can piece together bits of music. I've done it many times. And I'm particularly when you've got it laying as a bed of music and you're doing like voiceovers over it, or you got narration, or you got people talking. Sometimes even those places that are a little bit rough, that don't match perfectly, if you just have it laying in the back, maybe it's down 15 decibels or something like that, then you won't even notice where this happens. So there you go. That's my little tip on how to extend pieces of music. Hope this helps someone. Subscribe if you like. Peace to all.